Hi, this is the video response to Gypsy Chique's Art of Tarot series that she's doing, and this is on the Emperor. It is based off the Rider-Waite Smith deck, and because I didn't get back to rewatch Gypsy's thing, I'll tell you what I based my point system on. Okay, we have a male, beard with a crown, ankh, the globus cruciger, which is the little round thing he's holding. Whoops, this hand right there. The river, wasteland, armor, red, black, and white, which I'll explain later. The ram's heads, throne, and front facing. So this is what we're basing it on. And the decks that Gypsy has, I'm not going to go into great detail, but the Illuminati, of course, had the most. Out of 12 possible, it had 11. And then we had the Grail card. Get my cheat sheet turned around here so I can read. He's a male with a beard, wearing a crown, and there is a river. Oops, this hand right over here, you can kind of see it. Wasteland, and he's wearing armor. If you look up under his neck, it looks very golden, like armor. I gave him half a point for having red, black, and white on the card. I know that's kind of stretching it. He's on a throne and he's front facing. And you can see his name is Solomon. We had Sheba before, now it's Solomon on the Grail Tarot. And then we had a tie for 8. We had the Barnes & Noble Barker set. Shirley Barker is the one who made these, or the artist who drew these. We have a male with a beard and a crown. Gave him half a point for his ankh type item that he's holding. He has the globus cruciger. I gave him half a point for armor with the shield. Definitely has red, black, and white on the card. Have the ram's heads and the throne. And then we have the Mystic Dreamer, who also scored an 8, with the male, beard, crown, and I gave him half a point each for the ankh and the globus cruciger. Just the globus cruciger kind of looks like the whole card is part of it. See the circle and the. It just kind of looked like it to me. Again, take it for a grain of salt. That's my interpretation. Definitely have a river and a wasteland, ram's heads, and he's on a throne. It's a cool card. Then we have the Golden Tarot. Got a 7.5. I'm just trying to get the glare off that. I find if I hide my face, it focuses more on the card. So we have a male with a crown. Gave him half a point for his ankh type item. He has a globus cruciger. It's also called a golden apple, and that's what this one looks more like. There is a river if you look through the window. I don't know if we can get a close-up of that or not. Doesn't look like it's going to focus. Okay. And the wasteland, and he's wearing armor, and he's on a throne. And then we had the Mythic, which scored a 7. We have a male with a beard. He's got his crown, and I gave him half a point each for the lightning bolt is the ankh and the earth is the globus cruciger. We definitely have a wasteland behind him, the throne, and he's front facing. And also for a score of 7, we have the Wizard's Tarot. We have the male, he has a beard, and I gave him half a point each for the ankh and globus cruciger type items. We have a wasteland in the background, red, black, and white. So you can see the black and white floor and the red curtain. We have ram's heads, and he's front facing. And then the Angel Tarot. This one got a 5.5. And we have a male with a crown. Gave him half a point for an ankh type item. We have a river, a throne, and he's front facing. The Enchanted Tarot got a score of 6. And we have a male with a beard and a crown. He has a river, a wasteland, and a throne. His head looks like it got squished or elongated or something, though. It's kind of a weird looking emperor. And then we have the Gilded Tarot and the Shadowscapes. The Gilded got a 4.5, and the Shadowscapes got a 6.5. I'm not going to go into detail on these because Gypsy Chique talks about them. Very cool cards. Then we have Legend, the Arthurian. You can see Arthur is the name of my emperor. And we have a male wearing a crown. Give him half a point for an Ankh type item, half a point for the shield for armor. We have ram's heads and a throne. Cool card. Then we have the Archangel Tarot. And that one, we have a male, half a point for an Ankh type item, river, wasteland, throne, and front facing. And then we have our unicorn deck, and lo and behold, the emperor looks a lot like the empress. So we have a male with a crown. Gave him half a point for his unicorn horn. He's on a throne and he's front facing. Doesn't look all too happy though, does he? And then, being the total geek that I am, I was on Etsy, mistake number 1, and I love Supernatural, and there's a tarot deck for Supernatural. So here's my emperor. If you guys watch it, you'll know who this is. Same with the Fool. Really cool deck. To the back. Okay, now, again, I took notes. I'll tell you what I learned. Some of this is pretty cool. All right, the Ankh represents the male reproductive organ. Did not know that. So it's procreation. It's a symbol of renewal of life. And when it's in gold, it's eternal life and warning against greed. Oh, this is the Supernatural deck. See, 53 out of 66. So there's only 13 more if you guys like Supernatural. Okay, the Globus Cruciger, or golden apple, which it's also known by. It's a symbol of power and it stands for eternal life and fertility. And negative, it symbolizes King Midas, and his touch turned everything to gold, even his daughter. The closed crown is one's own authority, and that means no higher powers are acknowledged, which is what the Rider-Waite Smith, see how his can't talk, his crown is closed as opposed to open. Closed and open. Okay. The ram's heads is a symbol of Aries, and it's the first sign of the zodiac, symbolizing Eastertide, springtime, and renewal of life. And the black, white, and red, those are stages in alchemy. Black is unsolved problems and unused opportunities, and you find that under the throne. You can see the black under his throne. The white is purity and wisdom in his beard and hair, and the red is new solution or illumination. I thought that was cool. And the meanings, let's see, this is from The Ultimate Guide to Rider-Waite. The Emperor is a mirror of one's own virility, a woman's male side. And let's see, it's also the part of us that explores new possibilities in life. Okay, the wasteland stands for, the negative is wonderful fertility can wilt in the face of egoism and cruelty. So if you have a cruel ruler, things don't go well. But if you have a good ruler, It's pioneer in a new land, and he can make the desert bloom. The river, you must remain in the flow with himself and life. The task to start anew with self-awareness once more. The gray throne is rectangularity. It equals the material world with extension to the 4 points of the compass. We have those 4 rams on his throne. So the emperor represents laws of society, both good and bad, and the power that enforces them. And we must absorb the rules of society as well as our society's traditions, beliefs, and then go beyond them to find a personal code of conduct. That's right out of 78 Degrees of Wisdom. This is really good because I'm fairly new at this, but obviously collecting way too many too fast. But it's been interesting to see the different decks and how they all interact, and I hope I'm helping somebody else decide to run with this. Again, this is from the 78 Weeks of Study. You can get that off of Eclectic Tarot. It's free, and I just double copied so I can do both sides. And I think that's it. Thanks for watching.